Good morning, Mompets here, and welcome back to my channel. I am in an excellent mood this morning. The sun is shining and I have just made myself a cup of tea from my new mug. How adorable is this? If you were watching throughout Everyday May, then you may know I have a bit of a thing for Highland coos. Any OGs are going to be like, Ellie, we've known this about you for a really long time, but I just absolutely love them. I think they're just the cutest little thing ever, and I feel like every birthday there's always at least something, or every like Christmas, every celebration, there's always something that's got to be Highland Coo themed. I received a couple of Highland Coo cards, and from Alex, I don't want to call it like a little gag gift because I actually kind of love it. I have quite an extensive mug collection. I love having different mugs that I can choose for my morning cup of tea, my evening cup of tea, my coffees, my beverages throughout the day. I love having different mugs that I can choose from and have a lovely warm beverage. And this morning I was like, it's only fitting. It seems so this is my what I got for my birthday vlog, to show you one of my favorite presents that I received from Alex for my birthday, and I can confirm it makes a delicious cup of tea. So good. But welcome back to my channel, the first vlog back since my birthday vlog. I hope you enjoyed spending my 26th birthday with me. It's funny, I don't normally vlog my birthday, but I'm so glad that I decided to this year, because that vlog is a vlog that I know I'm going to go back and watch, because it really was just the best birthday I could have ever asked for. And considering that I'd only just finished Everyday May, you would have thought I would have given myself a big old break. I would have taken weeks off. So many of you were saying please come back soon, and to tell you the honest truth, I didn't think I'd be coming back this soon, but here we are. Here I am with more videos. We're back to our usual weekly schedule of Mondays and Thursdays, and I'm so happy to be back. And I wanted to do a little bit more of like a what I got for my birthday video. I couldn't include it in the birthday vlog because that vlog was long enough as it is, and I always love doing a what I got for my birthday video. It's kind of become a bit of a tradition for us to do. Now, I am not gonna be showing the traditional what I got for my birthday kind of things. I know a lot of people have Dior bags and like big designer items, and if you've just clicked on this video and you don't know me, then let me just introduce myself. Hi, I'm Ellie. I've just turned 26 and I love all things wholesome, Nancy Myers themed, your kind of typical English grandma, I feel like is the theme of the birthday presents. But it just goes to show how well everyone knows me and how much they love me, because the gifts that I received this year for my birthday, I honestly got so emotional opening so many of them because they were so thoughtful and so me. This isn't going to be a typical what I got for my birthday video. This is a little bit different, but I always love doing these because I feel like they give us a little bit of inspiration. Like if you've got a birthday coming up and people have asked you for like lists, I always get asked for a few things that people think that like I actually want to receive, because I know I'm really difficult to shop for whenever it comes to birthdays and Christmases. So if you have a birthday coming up, someone that you know that's like quite similar to us, I feel like we're kindred spirits, and that's why we love these kinds of things. I feel like these videos can serve as a little bit of inspiration and just some ideas for birthday presents. So I wanted to show you a few things that I received, as well as a few updates and a couple of bits in situ. Sorry that the lighting keeps changing, but the sun is going in and out behind the clouds today apparently, but there's a few things in situ already that I have been absolutely loving. But first of all, I need to do a little bit of an unboxing. Now this is actually the one and only brand birthday present that I wanted to show. It's from Vinader, because as of today, they have an amazing summer sale on that I know you guys are gonna go nuts for. You've been using my discount code so much. I can see how many of you guys have been making the most of the 20% discount, and I wonder if you can actually use my discount code alongside the sale. Not entirely sure if you'll be allowed to do that, but there's no harm in trying. So I'll leave a link to the summer sale down below, and you can also try my discount code, which is PetiteElliee MV20, to see if you can get an extra 20% off. Don't hold me to it. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we can try it out. And one thing I'm gonna tell you is that this little gift that's in here, which was the loveliest birthday present to receive from Vinader, is included in the summer sale. And it's a part of my favorite collection that Vinader does. Let me just give you a little hint, a little clue. Something that you know I absolutely adore. Pearls. And I feel like no one does pearls like Vinader. They just do the most beautiful freshwater pearls. They're always so imperfect, they're always so unique. Like, let me show you the bracelet that I've got on, which is also a Vinader piece. It's this really beautiful little chain bracelet. I love the fact that you've got the detailing of the little dots. It just kind of adds a bit more detail to the bracelet, and look how imperfect this pearl is. Like, it is so unique. I absolutely love it. And then I've got on the little huggy hoops. I've got a couple of Vinader earrings that I absolutely love. I love the ones that are like asymmetric, and I also love these little huggy baggies because they're just so comfy, so easy to wear. And I always love how like bashed about and imperfect the pearls look. So to add to the collection, which I think is going to style up so perfectly with a cute little top like this today, is a new necklace. They very kindly sent me over this beautiful pearl necklace to add to my collection. I mean, how stunning is this? And as I said, I have been privy to some info that this is included in the summer sale, so I'll leave it linked down below if you do want to shop it, because it is so beautiful. I just thought it would pair so nicely with a little top like this. I love wearing like simple necklines and styling it up with my jewelry. You can layer pieces on, it just adds so much interest to your outfits, and I feel like especially in the summertime it makes it so seasonal. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is that? Just look at the simplicity of the chain. It's actually like a really thick chain. It feels so sturdy and like really elevates the necklace as well. And I love the length of it. Just the most beautiful little pearl pendant. I always just think looks so beautiful for summer. So I will leave a little link to the Monica Vinader summer sale down below. If you do want to shop anything, let's give my discount code a test run and see if it works. I'll leave down below in the description box whether it does work or not. You guys can meet my guinea pigs and let me know. But as of today, the sale is going forward until the 4th of July. So you don't have a huge amount of time to shop it, but there are so many gorgeous pieces going into the sale. And as I said, I feel like in summer, especially Monica Vinader, their jewelry just comes into its own. Okay, enough about jewelry though, because I know why you're really here and what we really want to talk about, and that is the birthday presents, the updates that have been happening. And I feel like there's going to be no surprise to anyone that a lot of the birthday presents are garden themed. There's a lot of changes and a lot of updates that we have been making that I'm so excited and so happy about. And the first thing I want to show you is Alex's gifts to me. And so many of you guys have been asking about this. I've had so many questions asking about the kitchen garden, what the plans are. I already mentioned that we weren't able to take the veg truck from the old house, and I was gutted not to be able to take it, but it fell apart unfortunately, and it just wasn't like able to be moved. I knew as soon as we moved that thing that was going to completely fall apart. So I knew when we got into this house that we really wanted to create like a little bit of a kitchen garden kind of area, a kitchen garden corner. So we've been doing a little bit of the rearranging with regards to the garden furniture, and I can officially say that I have my little kitchen garden corner ready to be set up. It is ready and waiting, and I could not be happier. You're gonna have to excuse the little pile of soil over here. That is gonna be utilized in a minute to fill some things, but as you can see, the swinging chair has been relocated. We've actually put it at the top of the patio up there because we want to utilize that space a little bit more. And you can actually see how the grass is looking. It has been mown. It was mowed long because it still needs time to like bed in. It still needs time to grow. You can kind of see like the new grass versus the old grass, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get it like looking beautiful with those lovely lines. But I was so happy that Alex finally agreed to mow it for my birthday before everyone came over. But yeah, we want to like utilize that space up there, so we've put the little swingy chair up at the top, and this has now become my little kitchen garden corner, and I am so excited to get started. So my main present from Alex, which I could not be more in love with, that he's already built for me, that I cannot wait to bed in and fill. We need to like lay some foundation work for it so that we can actually fill it, is a beautiful cold frame. Now I was thinking for a really long time whether I just wanted to get like veg beds, whether I wanted to do another veg truck, but I really want to be able to put things in the winter as well, so we opted for a cold frame, and I couldn't be more in love with it. I will link the one that he picked up for me down below because it's beautiful, and if you wanted to, you could attach it to a separate veg truck attachment. Like that is an option. Oh my goodness me, the wind is picking up, but that is an option that you can do if you want to. But I think for me, I just wanted it to be on the ground. We're going to like put in like a proper foundation and stuff and fill it so that I have finally my veg beds, and we know what I'm going to fill it with. Lots of lettuce, lots of salad. I can't wait to grow salad, spinach. I'm thinking maybe some peppers, tomatoes would be amazing, and we have a whole area to utilize now. So the other thing that he actually had built is a beautiful little potting table, which I could not be more in love with. It matches the wood of the cold frame so beautiful. And I'm just going to fill this with all the most amount of like terracotta pots. You know when I showed you in the birthday vlog how the pig looked, where it was just covered in terracotta pots, and I can do in the pots, I can do even more veg like tomatoes and chilies and things like that, and I cannot wait to get started. Maybe strawberries would be amazing. I think that would look so good there. So this is going to become such a like busy area, and I cannot wait. And I wanted it to be an area that's like quite close to the house that I can just pop out. I can, you know, pick any veg that I want to for my lunch, if there's any like herbs or anything that we need to utilize, because we'll be doing more of a herb garden as well. There's lots of plants that are going to be happening here, and I cannot wait. You can also see a couple of other updates, a little mirror that we put up that I'm so obsessed with. This was a lovely little gift for my birthday as well. I really wanted to get some garden mirrors because, as I've mentioned before, it's not the biggest garden in the world. It's just like a lovely little country cottage garden, and so I want to kind of utilize what I can to make it look a little bit bigger. So I've got a lovely little mirror, a hanging pot which I can't wait to put some herbs in. I think maybe some mint would be really cool in here. I've been seeing mint in pots a lot lately, and I think it looks absolutely amazing. And then another gift from Alex, which he ended up treating me to, which I cannot wait to get planted, is a strong Annabelle. You know how much I love my hydrangeas. I told myself I was on a hydrangea ban, but my fiance loves me too much to listen to that ban. So this is going to get planted out in the borders, and I'm so excited to see how much it's going to grow, because Lady C, my mum, has a beautiful, strong Annabelle hydrangea in her garden, and my goodness me, it's only been there for about 3 years, and it's huge, absolutely huge. So I feel like as long as you trim it, you prune it, you look after it, it can grow so big and so tall. So I can't wait to get that planted up as well. But this is kind of going to show you like what this will look like. Loads of little pots on the table, like so much foliage and greenery, and then all of the veg growing in my new gorgeous cold frame, and I cannot wait to get utilizing it. I think it's just going to be such an amazing piece to have, and it's like a really good size as well. So I'm going to be able to grow so much more than what I was able to grow at my old veg truck. I would say my veg truck was like half the width of this. It was absolutely tiny in comparison. So I cannot wait. I think that's going to be our weekend project, is to basically get the kitchen garden sorted and organized so that I can start planting up and having my own yummy veg to eat this summer. I've got all my birthday cards that are sitting at pride of place behind the sofa, and I wasn't joking when I said I had some Highland Coo cards as well. This one was from Alex, which I absolutely love, and I think I've said this before, but honestly, whenever I look at birthday cards and just think about how many people like thought of me and wrote to me, like sent cards in, honestly, it just makes my heart melt. I always feel so lucky that many people think of me on my birthday. If you're wondering why the cushions are like this, we had the housekeeper around this morning, so she's like plumped them all up nicely, but I always love to give them a little chop. But whilst we're here in the living room, let me show you a couple of bits that are in situ, because I feel like the shelves are finally looking so much more full and so much more completed. So another thing that I did ask for my birthday was some picture frames, because I've realized in the house, like as much as we have some lovely artwork around the house, we don't really have anything that's like that personal. And I love my like prints, I love my paintings, I love my art, but I really wanted to get some like lovely pictures and images in the house. So I got a couple of lovely photo frames from my family that we have put up on the shelves, and I love how they look. If you're wondering where these shelves are from, these are actually like bespoke, and I absolutely love them because they're just so individual, and I love how much they like fill this space. I was really worried about this space feeling a little bit too, what's the word, like intrusive, but they're not at all. I really wanted to get something that was like floating, really light, and like not overwhelming at all. So I had these books on there before. I've got Evergreen from Lydia Millen, and then the 5-minute journal, which I think look really lovely on there. A couple of little bits starred up, the Jo Malone candle, H&M home vase, and then I've also added a couple of little terracotta pots because I realized it was kind of lacking in color a little bit. And I understand that terracotta is not exactly the most colorful thing in the world, but I really love how these two pots look. I think it just makes it so much more me, like country cottage kind of vibe. We really are embracing the farmhouse heritage of our home. So we've got a lovely little black and white image of Alex and I, which I love, and then I've got some family photos over here, which I think look really lovely as well. So again, I've added the terracotta pot, which I think looks so cute, the things I had styled up already, and then the family photos, and I wanted them to be in black and white so that I could put them in any room. I wasn't quite sure where I wanted them, and when I first unwrapped them, I wasn't sure whether to keep them all together, but actually I love how they look. So these are some White Company photo frames, and I think they just look so cute. Hello, you can see me in the TV frame there. Also, if you're wondering, yes, we have the TV pride of place in the middle of our fireplace, because for us it's something that's just, there's no point in hiding it. Everybody has a TV and we like to utilize this a lot. We love like a big old movie night. So yes, we've got the beautiful photo frames, and then also here in the living room, a new birthday edition that I could not be more in love with is this stunning fire set. I don't know what these are actually called, if there's like an official name for them, let me know if you know. But one thing that we really want to do, which we're thinking of doing in maybe like autumn time, I think would be so lovely to do just in time for winter, just in time for Christmas, is to put a log burner in here. There did used to be an original log burner in this house, but looking back at old historical images and like old photos of the house, it looks like the previous owners took it out, which is heartbreaking, but it's something that we'll be able to put back in, and we can almost like add back that heritage into the house and like make it a little bit more similar to what it was, to like really embrace its heritage, which I always think is just so important to do with a house. Like we wouldn't change the bricks, we wouldn't change the tiles. I absolutely love them. They're so imperfect, but that's just something that I absolutely adore about them. So we would love to get a log burner put in here, and I'm so obsessed to say that I now have some, what are these called? Log burner accessories, fireside accessories, which I absolutely adore. They have this really beautiful like acorn, it's like an antique brass. I don't know how you're going to be able to see it, but it's in this kind of like acorn pattern, which I just absolutely love. I think it's so beautiful, and the antique brass just looks gorgeous. We've got a lot of black around the house as well, so I feel like it really blends in with the rest of the house, and I feel like it's so, what's the word? So in keeping with the rest of the house, and it's just absolutely stunning. So I can't wait until we eventually get our log burner put in and we can utilize all of these gadgets. I'm not going to lie to you, I have no idea how to light a fire. I'm so glad that Alex is really good with that. When we went away to our little staycation that we went on last year when we got engaged up in the Isle of Skye, there was a log burner there and I had not a clue how to light it. So it's something I'm definitely going to have to teach myself to do when we eventually get one. But thankfully Alex is very knowledgeable in the log burner industry, because he's had one at all of his childhood homes, so he knows exactly what he's doing. So I can tell him, I can ask him to teach me how to use all of these accessories. But for now they're just going to sit there, and I love how they look. I feel like they really add a little something into this corner, and even without the log burner being there, I feel like they just accessorize the area beautifully. So I'm absolutely in love with those. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have been in such a bad habit since my birthday of making myself a little 3-time tea time afternoon tea and snack. It's literally coming up to 2:45 now. I was thinking to myself, why am I hungry right now? It's because my body wants this little 3-time tea time snack. We've been making our way through the most delicious millionaire shortbread, which was handmade by a lovely member of family for my birthday, which were honestly delicious. I can confirm there was probably about double the number here when we first started, but we have been making our way through them. And when I tell you they're the most delicious thing in the world, I am not joking. It's also like the best and the worst thing in the world, having this cake stand. It's so good because obviously you can just pop it in the cake stand. It's really easy access. It keeps it so much fresher for so much longer, but also it's easy access. So it means that you come in here and you grab yourself a little snack, and it can be a rather dangerous thing, I will not lie. But I'm getting so many questions about the cake that I shared over on my Instagram. So many of you literally messaged me being like, that is the most Brucey Bogtrotter cake I've ever seen in my life. Death by chocolate. If you see Matilda, you'll know the kind of cake that I am talking about, and I can confirm it really is a Bruce Bogtrotter cake. It was absolutely delicious. It's another one that was handmade by a lovely family friend, which is so kind of her, and I think we have one slice left in the fridge we'll probably enjoy tonight with dinner. And then after that, I don't want to see another slice of cake again. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it was such a delicious cake. But yeah, it's a really bad habit. I may have to make myself another cup of tea in my little Highland Coo mug for a little 3-time tea time snack, little afternoon tea and sweet treat. Well, my goodness me, I'm only just getting a chance to sit down now go through the pieces that I got for my birthday. Although it's so lovely to show you a few of the bits yesterday in situ, like actually styled up, actually kind of getting their use and like in their proper positions. I really wanted to just kind of like jump into it, especially with regards to the garden, the organization, the kind of styling of it, so that I can show you the pieces actually in situ, because it's so exciting being able to properly add those pieces in that I feel like are really going to help with regards to the accessorizing and the styling of our cottage kitchen garden. And I must say it's taken a lot longer than I was expecting. Like, we still have so long to go with regards to the garden. That top decking, that top patio, we have big plans to do with that, but for the time being I really want to focus on that kind of like area around the kitchen and like the kitchen garden situation, the accessorizing, and just like really elevating how the garden looks. And I feel like we're really starting to get there, and it's so lovely to show you a few of the other pieces like dotted about the house and like where I've already been styling them up. But I wanted to sit down and show you the rest of the pieces that I got for my birthday, because as I mentioned yesterday, like honestly, all of these presents are so thoughtful. There's nothing designer in here. There's nothing that's like unthought about. They're all so personalized. They're also thoughtful, and I just feel so lucky. So let's jump into it. I can show you what other pieces I got for my birthday. I'm sure it's no surprise to any of you how much I absolutely adore my baking. It was really fun doing a little bit of baking throughout Everyday May, and I definitely want to continue baking throughout the summer. My crumbles, my like little cakes, I'm thinking of doing like a cheesecake would be absolutely amazing. So I've got some baking supplies that I'm so in love with. I believe these are from Marks and Spencer, and they are the most beautiful sage green baking supplies. We've got this gorgeous bowl, which I absolutely love the way that it's like ribbed. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, but I've been really wanting like a beautiful kind of old-fashioned ceramic mixing bowl to add into my collection, because I've just been using those glass bowls up until now, and I feel like you don't feel like a proper baker unless you've got a ceramic mixing bowl. So we've got this beautiful one, and then matching it, this gorgeous giant jug. Would you even call this a jug? I mean, it's like a jug bowl, which again, you can use for your mixing, you can use whenever you are doing your baking. And I love the pattern on this. It's like got this really beautiful design. Love the fact that it's got the handle, and it's obviously got the spout at the end, so it's going to make it really easy. I feel like things like cupcakes would be so easy, because you can literally just like pour it into each kind of cupcake case. So I feel like it's going to make my baking so much easier. But you know how much I adore my baking, and you know how much I adore the color sage green. So these are just such a perfect addition into the kitchen, and I cannot wait to get using them. And continuing on the baking theme, you may remember that I mentioned I don't actually own any round cake tins. I only have a square one, so I was very happy to wrap these two beautiful cake tins. I've just taken the bottom off of this one, which I love the fact that it literally clips in, the bottom comes off, so it should be really easy with regards to your baking, so that they're non-stick, they're like, you don't have to grease them or put any paper down or anything like that. But we've got two sizes here, which I absolutely love, and I love the fact that we have finally got some round cake tins. So the baking really is going to be continuing this summer, and I am so excited about it. And the last present in the kind of baking theme is this beautiful set of tins. There's actually 3 tins in here, and I'm so in love with the pattern of it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that well, but they are the most beautiful sakura cherry blossoms, which if you know me, you'll know how much I adore cherry blossoms. And I do find whenever I'm going to people's like houses, if I'm a guest and they're like hosting us for dinner or something like that, I love being able to bring around home baked goods. I just think it's such a lovely touch, especially if you're going around to someone's and they maybe say just bring around like the dessert or bring around the pudding. I find that's quite a common thing to do whenever you're like hosting people, because it's quite a nice way of involving your guests and making them feel more useful. Because often just bringing around like a bottle of wine or like a drink, I feel like it's almost a little bit of a cop out. Like, it's so nice to have made an effort and brought around something that's actually homemade. So I'm really excited to finally have some like beautiful tins to put things in, so that whenever I come around people's houses, I can, you know, dish them out in this. And I just think it's so lovely. So we've got 3 sizes in here. We've got the large, we've got a medium, and we've got a small. And I'm so in love with how they look. I just think that's so, again, so thoughtful, so lovely. And I'm definitely going to put these to good use. I lied. This is the last baking themed gift, which I am so excited to sink my teeth into. I've had a little flick through this book already, and I feel like there's just gonna be so many recipes in here that I'm gonna be able to pull out and bake this summer. So this is La Vite e Dolce. It is a beautiful Italian-inspired dessert recipe book, which just sounds so up my street. I mean, first of all, can we talk about beautiful the book is? Now, I love a beautiful coffee table book. I just feel like it's so lovely to be able to like put them on your shelves. And I know what they all say, you should never judge a book by its cover, but I totally disagree. I feel like, especially when it comes to styling, the way a book looks is so important to me. So I'm loving the fact that I'm going to be able to display this. I love the front of it with the like kind of peaches, the beautiful pink leaves, and this gorgeous like yellowy kind of like buttermilk color. It's just so gorgeous. I've already been having a little flick through the recipes, and we have some gorgeous recipes in here that I cannot wait to get started. We've got sunny Sardinian citrus and ricotta tartlets, candied clementine, fennel seed and polenta cake. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Cream custard and lactic luster. Sweets by the Spoon. Oh my goodness. Quince, bay, marsala, and hazelnut trifle. I need to save that page. That's definitely something I want to come back for. Oh my gosh, this just honestly looks absolutely incredible. Coffee and brown sugar granita with whipped cream, and they also have beautiful imagery in there. I love it when they can help you out with like the imagery, so you know exactly what things should look like and the way that you can kind of style them up, because as much as I want them to taste beautiful, I also always want it to look beautiful. So this is a recipe book that I just cannot wait to get started with. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to go through, save a few recipes, and then just get really experimental throughout the summer, creating these beautiful recipes for all the hosting we're going to be doing, all the friends and family we're going to be having around. This just excites me so much. Speaking of books, I know I mentioned in the birthday vlog that I asked for a few books for my birthday. Now, something about me is that I love a non-fiction book. I love interior design books, baking books, things that I can just kind of like have a little flick through that are quite light, easy reads, that maybe on just a Sunday afternoon. You flick through, you half read, you half look at the pictures. I literally sound like a child saying that, but you know what I mean? I also love a self-help book. I love the kind of books that I think they're described as like chicken soup for the soul. Love those kinds of books. But recently I've really fell off the bandwagon of non-fiction, and I feel like non-fiction is quite a difficult one to get back into when you've like not been reading it for a while. I tried having a look on things like Book Talk on TikTok for some recommendations, but I just felt like I wanted something like really easy to start off with. So I did make a request of just some really easy light reads. I literally suggested like things set in France, or like the south of France, or like some summer romances and things like that. So these are the books that my sister very kindly picked up for me. She did loads of research to find me some lovely books, and I've already been starting on The Cottage of New Beginnings. This one just shouted out to me. I was like, I've got to start with that, because I mean, look at that imagery, look at that painting. I literally want to get that frame. That's so beautiful. And as you can see, I'm already just under halfway through. Like, I feel like I'm making quite good progress. Please don't scream at me for folding down pages. I'm that person. I like my books to look read. Like, that is something that is really important to me, and I love it when it's like a really easy, like you can chuck it in a bag and not have to worry about it kind of a book. But this is a really beautiful book set in the countryside in kind of North England. It's about new beginnings, it's about like fresh starts, and I'm absolutely loving it so far. It's like really well written and very descriptive, so you literally feel like you're immersed in the book. So would definitely recommend that, as I've only been reading it for like 2 days and I'm already nearly halfway through. So that is a definite testament to how lovely it is. Now, the other books that we've got here, let's have a little look through. We have The Vintage Shop, Every Dress Tells a Story. Now this sounds like a really good one. It's about 3 different ladies and like how their stories kind of intertwine, and supposedly they all intertwine by the dress. So that sounds like an amazing one. So it's set in Frome in Somerset as well as New York. And I like it when a book is like set in 2 different places. I think that's really lovely, or like from different people's perspective. I always enjoy books like that. We then have The Little Paris Bookshop by Nina George, an international bestseller. On a beautifully restored barge in the Seine, Jean-Pierre Dot runs a bookshop, or rather a literary apothecary, for his bookseller possesses a rare gift for sensing which books will soothe the troubled souls of his customers. The only person he is unable to cure is himself. So I really like the fact that it's like from the male perspective. I think that's going to be a really lovely read, and obviously set in Paris, dreamy. We then have The Paris Secret from Karen Swan, again a Sunday Times bestseller. Not every door should be opened. Somewhere along the cobbled streets of Paris, an apartment lies thick with dust and secrets, and full of priceless artwork hidden away for decades. High-flying fine art agent Flora is called to assess these sudden-discovered treasures. As an expert in her field, she must trace the history of each painting and discover who has concealed them for so long. Stunning locations and page-turning tension, The Paris Secret is an intense and gripping tale from best-selling author Karen Swan. The perfect escapism for fans of Santa Montefiore. Not entirely sure what that book is, but maybe I need to look into that. But again, love the imagery of that. It's like it's Paris in springtime, absolutely dreamy. And then the last one we have is A Wedding in Provence, which I am really excited about. I think this is gonna be another one that I absolutely adore. Can love at first sight lead to a happy ever after? Alexandra has always loved a challenge, which is why she now finds herself standing outside an imposing chateau in Provence. Waiting for her inside are 3 rather hostile children who are to be her charges for the next few months. They will soon be more friendly. She tells herself that all they need is some affection and some fun. Far more of a challenge, though, is her father, Antoine, an impossibly good-looking French count. An autumn turns into winter. Alexandra finds that she's falling in love with Provence, with the chateau, and most of all, with Antoine. Honestly, it sounds dreamy, so I'm really, really excited to read that as well. So it's so lovely just to like get back into my non-fiction books, get back into like a little bit of escapism. My plans for the summer is basically get the garden looking to a point where I'm just so happy with that. I just want to be outside all the time, reading my books, getting a little bit of escapism and just soaking up the sunshine. I really am not joking when I say that every single one of these presents is so, so thoughtful. So the next thing I wanted to show you is this absolutely gorgeous bone china Highland Coo mug. I mean, how stunning is that? Now, you know me, you know how much I love my morning cup of coffee and my morning cup of tea, and the little Highland Coos on it are absolutely adorable. This one, you've got his little bottom in your face, and then this one is so cute, and there's even one on the inside, a little baby one. And I feel this is such a good size mug. As I said, mugs are very important to me. I love having different sizes that I can use at different times. Like, I feel like this one is going to be perfect for like a loose leaf tea, if I'm just doing a little pot of tea on like a Sunday morning, and I just want to keep refilling and keep like topping it up. This is so beautiful. So we've got the tea mug sorted. We've also got a beautiful new coffee mug, which is actually a collaboration that I literally gasped at when I first opened this. This is between Nespresso and Liberty London, and Liberty always just do the most beautiful designs, and you know how much I love my Nespresso coffee. So this mug is just the perfect addition into my collection. I mean, look at the design of this, the little ditzy florals. I am so in love with. They literally look like they've been hand painted on, and I feel like you can use this for either hot coffee or iced coffees. You know how much I'm into my chai iced lattes at the moment. And actually, when we were away at the beautiful South Lodge Hotel, I tried a matcha, it was more like a matcha shake rather than like a matcha latte, and I kind of loved it. So I'm thinking maybe I could buy myself some matcha and get a little bit of experimental with regards to my morning coffees, because you know how much I absolutely love them. But how beautiful is this mug? I mean, it's just absolutely stunning and such a thoughtful gift. Now, this is something that is a little bit of a gag gift, but I'm actually kind of excited to try though. I feel like they've gone viral on TikTok, and if you're someone who suffers with travel sickness, you might want to try them too. They are the travel sick goggles. And I mean, I think they actually look really cool. Like, I think I could be a bit of a trendsetter here when wearing these in the car, but oh my goodness me, how hilarious are these? They're supposed to help with travel sickness, and it's going to be interesting to see if they actually do. And I did read up actually, and it's very scientific as to why they help. It's because basically when you get travel sick, the reason why you do is because your brain can feel that you're moving, because obviously you can feel the motion of the car, but especially if you're like looking at a phone, looking at a laptop or something like that, your eyes can't see that you're moving. So travel sickness is basically your brain getting really confused and being like, what the hell is going on? So these glasses, because of the liquid inside of them, it basically obviously moves. So you should be able to see the movement of like the journey in the car in the glasses, and supposedly it stops you from feeling travel sick. We're gonna have to test it out, but I mean, out of all the gag gifts I could have received, I think this one is probably the most fun one I've ever gotten for my birthday. And all I'm saying is we're really trend-setting it. And then lastly, I feel like anyone that watches the vlogs regularly will be watching these videos and probably laughing or like giggling each individual present, thinking like, yeah, I can see why they got you that, Ellie. I can see why they got you that. And this little dish is another one of those pieces, because if you know, I have a bit of a like lemon kind of collection with regards to jugs and kind of crockery, and especially like my hosting pieces, and I absolutely love it. I love doing a bit of a theme whenever I am hosting, and especially if we're hosting in the garden. I feel like lemons are just such a lovely summery theme, and I'm so in love with this new addition to it. I mean, how cute is this? You can put like olives in here, you can put dip in here if you wanted to. Like, I feel like you can really utilize this, and it's just such a beautiful little dish to add to my collection. So another piece that I just feel like is so thoughtful and so me. Lastly, that I wanted to show you another beautiful gift to go out into the garden. You can tell that I really appreciate the little details. I say this with everything, and I feel like it really does make a difference with regards to your home, your interior styling, with regards to weddings, with regards to your gardens. It's the little details that make the biggest impact, the little accessories that just change up a space, and I'm so excited to add this into the garden. It's a beautiful LED solar light with this like gorgeous little kind of like ring. It looks like a giant light bulb almost. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm gonna have to decide where I want to put that. I think I might keep that near the kitchen garden, because it would be so lovely to be able to see it from the kitchen window. But how gorgeous is that? Another piece to add to the garden that I just feel like is going to elevate it and get it one step closer to our little cottage garden of dreams. Honestly, cannot tell you how spoiled I feel, and just how lucky and loved and grateful for all my friends and family, and how well they know me. Like, every single time I opened a present, I just thought to myself, I know exactly why you got this for me. I know exactly what your thought process was. I know how I'm going to utilize this, where I'm going to add it into my routine and like style it up and add it to my collection. Like I'm just feeling so grateful and so lucky. So I just wanted to show you all the gifts because I also feel like it gives a little bit of context, because I do hate it when something kind of pops up in a video and there's been like no context as to where it's come from or like where it arrived. And so it's nice to be able to show you all of these pieces in one go, and then we can squirrel them away, style them up properly and get utilizing them. I'm especially excited to start filling my new cold frame and getting going with the kitchen garden. As I said, I've had so many questions from you guys and I knew it was coming because it was something that I did specifically request, so I knew I just had to wait till my birthday. But now that we're here, we can get going with all of the veg. It's definitely not too late. I feel like June sometimes feels too late to start planting things. It's definitely not too late. We can have a lot of fun with our kitchen garden this year. But that is everything that I got for my birthday, so I wanted to show you it all in one go and do a big old what I got for my birthday haul. So I hope this has served as some inspiration or like helped you out if you are shopping for anyone's birthdays anytime soon. And I really hope you guys enjoyed, as well as the birthday vlog, the little birthday haul. As I said, we are back to the usual schedule of Mondays and Thursdays, so if you haven't hit the subscribe button already, I would love it if you hit it now and you can come and join me for 2 vlogs weekly. But I'm gonna leave you now. I hope you have the loveliest evening and I will see you in my next one. Bye.